Did you ever read that book when you were a kid, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day? Well, that's what it was for the Warriors, except you can extend that to not just a day, but the entire weekend. On Friday night, Golden State lost by 53 to the Raptors, a thrashing so demoralizing that Klay Thompson, the most easygoing human on the planet, went on a tirade to some of his teammates post-game about how just unacceptable it all was. At least on that night, the rest of the roster could point to the team's stars being out with a variety of injuries. But last night, well, Steph Curry was back, dropping 37 points, no less. And the Warriors still lost, this time to Atlanta, whose bench outscored their bench 55-19. The main problem was, well, everything. But particularly egregious was the team's undisciplined defense, which helped usher the Hawks to the free throw line an eye-popping 45 times. By the end of the night, Golden State had more fouls than assists and their 7th loss in 8 games. The team that at one point appeared ready to camp out in the middle of the West playoff bracket and at least make some noise in the postseason is now clinging to the 10 spot in the standings, and morale is extremely low. Here is just a sampling of some of the team's post-game comments from the past couple games.
Humiliating for everybody involved.
It hurts, to get smacked like that. I'm a grown man with a family, so when you get your butt handed to you, it's not pleasant.
I hope it stings. I hope it isn't, I hope it's uncomfortable. I hope that it motivates you to keep grinding, challenging yourself to get better. Cannot play the way that we've played the last, significant stretch and expect things to change. So it kind of is what it is. We gotta make the necessary adjustments. It sucks right now. Losing sucks. It's a terrible feeling. In the locker room, we don't really have much to smile about, and it's kind of the vibe right now.
There are times for humor. There's times for joy. There's times for serious discussion and soul searching. This is a time for soul searching for sure.
You can tell just how brutal this has been for those inside the franchise. And while it's certainly possible the team will rebound a bit in the coming weeks as its schedule is getting more and more friendly, questions about the team's bigger picture decision-making are going to linger. Even once Klay Thompson returns next season, is the rest of this team's roster constructed in a way that will make the Warriors contenders again? Doesn't seem like it. Is Steve Kerr deploying the guys he does have in the right way? Increasingly vocal segments of the fan base sure don't seem to think so. What about an asset like number 2 overall pick James Wiseman? How should he be developed? Last night, Wiseman played just 2 9-minute stretches, part of what seems to be a larger regression. Then there's the biggest question of all, the one that looms over every move this team makes. How can the Warriors maximize the final years of Steph's prime? Curry is one of the most exceptional, unusual supernovas the NBA has ever seen. And while, yes, his game should age extremely well, he is 33 years old. And eventually, like with every other great who has ever played, time is going to dim that light. The Warriors have consistently said they have visions of winning another title with their current core, and maybe eventually that will be true. But at least right now, eventually seems pretty far away, especially after a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad weekend like this. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.